Hello, and thank you for contacting Wave. I see from your request that your uh, mini scleral lenses are causing a little bit of edge lift and you're struggling with the blurred vision in these and comfort. Well, a couple things. Keep in mind when you design with Wave, unfortunately Wave can't see the sclera, so most of that is going to be extrapolated data, and since each patient is a little bit different, quite often you'll have to make those final adjustments with the edge just based on clinical impressions, so you'll probably have to go back quite often and adjust those edge angles on your own. But with that said, what I'd probably do in this case to try to get that lens a little bit more comfortable, looking at your design, it actually looks very textbook according to the 8-point test. In these cases where I have trouble with the edges, I'll just go right to freeform with the hope of getting a little bit more accuracy. And so to do that, I would click on freeform for this patient. I would go back and go under Tools and hit Current Settings and let Wave readjust with the freeform. That'll hopefully give you a little bit better um, matching of the peripheral part of the lens. And then I'll go through once again using that 8-point step. We'll click down on the blue dot to raise up that central clearance. And we'll try to get that up a little bit higher. I think you're at about 12 or so we'll go up maybe a little bit higher on that one. We'll certainly bring that up centrally. And again, you may have to adjust these more manually on your own once you see the lens on the eye. And we'll go up around 14 or so we're good there. We'll get this pink dot pulled back up centrally. I'll check to make sure vertically and inferior we got some clearance for a tear pump. And we'll get that pink dot up a little bit higher here. And now you have a lens that's a little bit more closely aligned. And you'll notice that the edge angle went in your lens from, I believe it was a little closer to, let me bring it back up here, in the range of 40.3, where this gets you up around 43. So that 43, that larger edge angle, should significantly tuck that peripheral curve back down so it's not raised up as high. So that's basically the approach that I would take. I would probably just try to use the free form to try to get a little bit more matching of the peripheral cornea. And then as far as the vision goes, quite often in these patients, because the whole bifocal adds a whole extra degree of difficulty, until I'm sure I've ironed out all the cylinder and got the proper correction in place, sometimes I'll either make that bifocal very small so that way it doesn't confuse the over-refraction, or sometimes I'll just leave it out of my initial fit until I'm sure that I got the spherical component down. And once I have that, then I would introduce the bifocal. But actually that looks like about the right size. If you are getting a lot of blurred vision, you can always go a little bit smaller to start. But I would really concentrate on the fit first and make sure you've nailed the sphere cylinder before you add the bifocal in. And again, I follow the same concept with that left eye also. Another way you can improve the comfort, sometimes if you go a little bit larger to 14.5, that might get you a little bit further out onto the sclera to try to clear that limbal area a little bit more. So with that, hopefully that those simple tips will help you get back on track. I wish you well and thank you for contacting Wave Support. Have a great day.